SPL is transforming drum battles into a sport, with your favorite drummers competing for championship gold. Watch the highest level of chops, groove and stick tricks ascend into elite competition. Subscribe now or miss out on music and sports history in the making.
Hello, my name is Tyler Dean and this is Tony Dean, and welcome to the Sportdrum Professional League. We are turning drum battles into an organized 1v1 sport. You may be wondering how this all works. Allow us to explain.
We're going to be having championships, entrances, a point system, smack talk, rules, and everything that makes a great sporting match. First, getting into the rules. Firstly, no overdubs. We don't want to hear something we don't see that's fake. Secondly, no external help. We don't want multiple drummers doing the work of one. Next, no metronomes, headphones, in-ears, etc. This rule is a little bit controversial, but we want to separate good players from the great players, allowing the players a natural time to be revealed. Next, no quantization. We want a raw sense of timing and precision, not a post-production. And finally, no backing tracks. This is a drum battle, not a song showcase.
Alright, now we need to start getting into discussing sets and what they are. Okay, so our sport drum battles will be organized into 10 distinct sets. Think of sets like rounds in a combat sport. There will be 10 sets in every match, and each player will go back and forth between the sets like players in a video game. You have player 1 and player 2, and they each go back and forth until there's a winner. Same idea here. Okay, so go on and on until every set is complete, and then the sets will get progressively longer as time goes on, giving the sport drummers more time to earn points. Speaking of that, there are 5 categories we will be using to divide up the points. These are chops, stick tricks, groove, feel, and collateral. Explanation of these categories is as follows. Chops are a sport drummer's speed and technical prowess. Stick tricks are pretty self-explanatory. A drummer does a stick trick. Groove is all about how well the sport drummer performs in pocket and playing catchy beats. Feel is a bit more subjective, but it can be a bit objective as well, such as volume control and dynamics. And collateral is a bonus category we have created to give them extra points based on things that do not align with the 4 main categories. Now we will explain the scoring system.
Explaining the scoring system. There's 4 main categories that all range from 0 to a maximum of 5 points that both sport drummers can score in each set. Bonus collateral categories range from 0 to a maximum of 2 points. Points determine the winner of each set, and the sets determine the winner of a sport drum battle.
We have 4 badges for sport drummers who scored the max points in each of our 4 main categories. Collateral is a bonus category and as such does not have a badge.
The match outcomes. There's different outcomes for a sport drum match. They are landslide, unanimous decision, split decision, draw, and disqualification. All of these are from the winner's perspective based on set 1. That sums it up for this section of the introduction. Due to this being SPL's very first event, we're going to go over the sets, scoring system, rules, and everything else we covered tonight. But But now let's get into the player preview of SPL 1 and the reason why you're here. So first we have Alex Powys, the famous drummer from Sydney, Australia, facing Allan Gardner, known by the alias the Mad Drummer Art, currently in Northern England. So first, Alex is 27 years old and Allan is 40 years old. Alex has 14 years of experience and Allan has 20 years of experience. Alex primarily plays metal and Allan primarily plays rock, but they both can play other genres as well. Alex is from the famous band Red Hook, currently touring around the world, and Allan's from the current upcoming group Go Go Go. Both of these players have a record of 0-0-0 making their SPL debut.
I'd like to ask you a question. There is a significant experience gap between both of the players here tonight. How is that going to affect our drum battle?
Well, from what I've seen in my personal experience, typically when you first start playing drums, you typically stick to one genre primarily. And as you get older and older, you branch out to other genres as you get tired of playing just one genre. So I think from Allan, we're going to see him play different genres in this battle. Alex may not be able to play as many genres. I think that will reflect a lot on the scorecards.
Okay, thank you. That concludes this section
of the player preview.
Okay, let's see what these players have done in the past to prepare for this battle.
To make our predictions. I feel accents from Allan. We're working on the dynamics of volume control. He's interacting with the elevation pedal to change the sound of his regular pedal.
Interesting.
A little off on buzzes. Lots of feel, great for the category to feel. And dynamics for our collateral category.
Some advanced simple orchestration here.
Very clean playing. Very tight, but fluid. Something we see with the professionals, they can be tight and fluid and loose, but it's always fluid. As you can see, Allan likes the 6-stroke roll. These clips. Moving on to Alex. Great marching roll on the snare.
Immediately coming in with that power.
Ooh, implied modulation
Nice.
on that stack. Great tight work with the bass drums.
Alex Powys would get significant points in the chop category here.
Ooh, a shuffle feel. Halftime feel. Great feel, it's very tight. Great work with the China.
Crazy. Nice finish.
Sound like I heard that.
Hope he's not done yet, everybody.
We're improvising with the guitar player, looks like. Matching with a snare.
That's a cool match.
Looks like he's improvising with. I've seen this as his band Red Hook. He's been touring on the world with.
Yeah, it must be.
You can just feel the energy radiating from this. Great marching feel beat. That snare. Great orchestration. Great chops. Really using rebound. Now a lot of power. Powys. Great orchestration and power with the cymbals. Doing a lot of 16 notes with the double bass drums. Very, very tight as well throughout these clips. That was awesome. So I think we can conclude from what we've seen. Obviously, taking clips from one player, clips from another player, you really can't tell all their skill sets from just a couple clips.
I would like to say that it appears they both have different styles, which is going to be interesting to see how that matches up in this drum battle.
Oh, for sure. Like from what we can see here, it'd be hard to tell because again, taking clips from just a couple drummers, you need to watch like an hour of their playing to see everything they can do. But Alex seems like he's gonna bring the speed, the chops, and it seems like Allan's gonna bring in the feel and the dynamics. That sums it up. Let's get into the entrances.
But before we get to those entrances, let's talk about everyone's favorite part of this video and what you all really came here for, SimPad.
The SimPad makes the most advanced cymbal and drumming technology, cutting out all those nasty overtones you don't want on your drumming and cymbals. So they have these amazing monitor packs. They have all kinds of awesome, amazing products for your cymbals that cut out those overtones and strengthen the sound. Let's show you what your felts look like.
Here are my felts. As you can see here, if I try to apply some pressure here, they kind of just fold.
And here's SimPad's. I'm squeezing really hard.
What a difference.
Am I squeezing hard?
Yes, you are.
Yes. I mean, these are amazing. We would not be showing these off if they were not a great product. These are amazing. Steve Smith plays them. All kinds of famous drummers play this. Kendrick Lamar's drummer plays this. There's so many famous drummers that rely on SimPad for their cymbal and drumming sound.
My name is Aaron Sarfati. I have been teaching at USC since August of '98. Today we're shooting a video for SimPad moderators. So these help focus the body of the cymbal. And it kind of contains the crash a little bit, so you can crash and immediately the stick defines again. I like the 60 because I do, playing Cuban music and Brazilian music, I use a fair amount of the bell of the cymbal. So anything bigger than 60 tends to choke the bell a little too much for my taste. But this one controls the body and the crash of the cymbal while still keeping a little bit of bell happening. So this has become my favorite.
Now, let's get to the entrances.
It's time.
Falling from the sun, carrying the pain.
What did you think of their entrances, Tony?
Oh, it's funny how much they contrast from each other. Like Alex's is more badass, and then Gardner brought an element of humor to his with the whole bat thing. Seemed like got me chuckling a little bit, kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's funny how he had it like starting his day, you know, picking out what he was gonna wear, and then his coffee, you know,
Yeah.
where, you know, I guess Alex Powys was more of what you'd expect, you know, like he's preparing to get on his drum set, you
Yeah.
know, to get going, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is monumental. That we're making history. The very first entrances ever in a drum battle.
That's right. You know.
Powys and Gardner making history.
All right, we've stowed you guys long enough. Let's get on with the drum battle.
That was one damn good drum battle. What'd you think?
Oh, I really appreciate how much effort both the players put into it. They really made a show,
Yeah, it was very competitive. Very competitive.
for sure.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part overall? What was your favorite part?
Overall, I'd have to say that
It's hard, isn't it? It was really good.
yeah,
Yeah. There wasn't like the parts that really extremely just stood out. There was just a lot of great playing overall. And obviously they warped into playing longer and likely scoring more points than what they did, having more time to score more points.
Yeah, it's interesting that it seemed like Alex Powys mostly stuck to like his metal playing, which
Yeah.
he's obviously really good at. So
Allan mostly stuck to rock, but he did hit some Latin towards the end, and he built up from it very dynamically.
yeah.
So what was your favorite set overall? Your favorite set from Allan and Alex?
Okay, so first starting off with my favorite set from Alex would have to be set 9.
Yeah, that was a good one for sure.
I really like how he grooved extremely hard for that set. Like
Yeah.
the groove was really there. It was in your face, like
Yeah.
you know, with that metal that he plays.
I love how he just most of the middle stuff doesn't have a whole lot of groove to it, but he really struck the groove. Even with the double bass drum, he really added to the groove. It wasn't obnoxious or anything.
Yeah, which can be hard to do for metal.
Yeah.
I also really like how he incorporated metric modulation in there, like really neatly. You know.
He also did that, and when we saw him reacting to it, seems to like that polyrhythmic style of playing in his beats and fills and stuff.
For sure, and he certainly seems to be good at it.
Yeah,
Considering
it
what
really
we've
fits
seen.
in with it too. It doesn't feel forced.
Yeah,
And
and then
when people do like polyrhythms and beats, it sounds kind of forced, like they're in the practice room. But he really makes it
Yeah.
sound like it fits in with what he's doing.
yeah, he's really good at that. And then the last thing I would say for Alex Powys for this set 9, is that he really had like I really like the clean chop he did at the very end that really finished things off nicely for that. All right, what was your favorite Alex Powys set?
Alex. Set 10. I really love the groove in set 10. I love that he didn't apply much of modulation. He had some polyrhythmic stuff in there, just the groove chops, and it was just a great overall set. I think it was his best set personally. I think he might get a badge as well. It's looking like he might get a badge for that because that was amazing.
Yeah, it certainly would seem that way. But then again, he could also get a badge for set 9 because that one was really good groove too.
Or both. I mean, he could get like, he's up
It's-
there. Those
it's
sets
po-
are both up
it's-
there. Yeah.
It's possible, yeah.
And what was your favorite Allan set?
Okay, so my favorite Allan set was actually one of his earlier ones. It was set 4,
Oh,
I think it
yeah.
was, because I really like how he had a really catchy groove, and it had like a certain like amount of like intrigue to it. And what I mean by that is that it's just like really neat how differently he played that compared to like some of the other stuff that was going on.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I thought that was like in 3 or 5 or something. It almost sounded like it was the way he was hitting the crashes.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah,
before.
like- yeah. And then also like those delays were really good. Like they really added to like the way it felt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the great overall feel. And then also what I can say is that like for it being as early on as it was in like the sets, like it stood out. It really
Yeah,
stood
it
out
did
like
stand
how
out.
how
It
good that
did.
was like early on. I really liked set 4 from him. And then what was your favorite Allan set?
Probably set 9. I really loved the dynamics, the feel he had. Just it was amazing. The emotion, even the orchestration too. It almost sounds like it could be like in a Rush song or like in Dave Matthews Band. Just the way he had that flow into it, the way he had the backbeat and like that stack. Just with like the ride or a crash. It was rock. He was riding on something. I don't know if it was riding or a crash, but just the way he just slowly built it in there. And then he had a double bass drum. He just built it in there. It seemed very, very fluid. Then he had the snare off, and he was doing stuff with all the cymbals. It was very orchestrated. There's so much emotion, and I love that part.
Oh, I can
I'm-
see that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
Oh yeah. So many good sets, like such great players, you know, it's gonna be
Yeah.
really hard to pick a winner.
Yeah. I wish that we didn't have to. I wish they could just tie, but it's
Yeah, but there can only be one winner.
only one winner.
And the winner is Alex Powys. Congratulations, man. Welcome to the post-battle analysis where we'll be discussing why Powys beat Allan Gardner in this drum battle tonight. So first let's get into the stats and how each set was scored.
So for set 1, Allan Gardner won set 1. It was only a 1 point difference, so it came pretty close. The orchestration definitely helped in the collateral category for Allan Gardner in set 1. So that was the definitive factor for him winning. Moving on to set 2. Alex took this by a couple more points. He had a more consistency in his chops, feel, and groove, and overall performed better in this set. In set 3, Allan took this one with 11-22. Got max and collateral, very consistent with chops, feel, and groove.
In set 4, Allan did quite a bit better than Alex in this round. As you see the difference in score between 13 and 10. Here, Allan really did a standout groove that we noticed, and as is shown with the points that we scored here.
So is that about it? This one?
I think so, yeah.
And these will be displayed, obviously. You can see on our
You'll be able to see how we're thinking and how we scored here on the screen. Powys won set 5. Now it's 2-3 on the score because for sets 1 and such. 12 points for Alex here and only 8 points for Allan, so this was a bit of a lower round for Allan, which affected his overall score in sets 1.
It was very close at this point, though.
Yeah.
And then for set 6, tied here, with Alex having a 13 and Allan having a 10. A couple more points, and Allan still not too far apart, obviously not night and day. Alex is a little bit more consistent when Allan scored high in some areas and low in some areas, kind of overall making his score lower. And we can move on to set 7. Alex took this one again with 4-3, scoring 1 more point, just barely a little bit more, just barely a point more, but still he got a 4 in chops, which definitely helped him with this one. That extra point really served him well in chops.
Absolutely.
And we love the orchestration from Allan in this for the collateral category. Let's go to set 8. Alex took this one again with 5-3 so far. With 2 more points this time to Allan's set 8.
Now we're getting into the later sets where they really have higher scores. Set 9, Alex won this one over Allan, as you can see here, and it was really close, 15-14 in the points, but when it came down to it, Alex just edged Allan, but they both did really well in this set. But just by the way we scored it, Alex just ever so slightly had the edge in this set.
Me personally, I liked Allan's more than Alex's overall as a personal, but scoring does not reflect personal bias.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, we awarded badges for feel for Alex for his performance, and a badge for feel for the Creeper badge. To both get a Creeper badge. Actually, sorry, the Groove badge, the Pocket badge for Alex. You can see this displayed here. And for the finals,
They both finished really strongly. Alex again just edged out Allan in this one, but they both finished really strongly here with high scores. Alex's set 10 was just pretty incredible. It was kind of like almost a culmination of what he did so far, all coming together to make an absolutely great finish.
I did love Allan's finish with him playing Latin and going into a harder dynamic with the rock influence in it.
Yeah, that is very true. He
nice.
finished strongly as well.
That's why you got 2 in collateral for dynamics.
Yeah, absolutely. It came down to it. It was really close, but we had
1 point difference.
Yeah, we had to choose a winner here, but as you can see by the sets, overall the point values were pretty close. It just came down to who won more sets, and Powys was the player who won more sets. So we chose him as the winner because remember, points determine sets, but sets determine the winner. So, but however, just because it's interesting, right? Like, you're here for like the stats. So, now that we've discussed our scorecards, let's get into some calculations I've done regarding the points. So, Alex ended up with a total points of 120 between all of the sets, and Allan ended up with total points of 110 between all the sets. So point value wise, they were really close.
Yeah.
Again, it just came down to sets.
Yep.
And as you can see here, Alex's points on average per set, I calculated the average, and it came across to being, he scored on average 12 points per set. That doesn't mean he got 12 every time.
Yeah.
That just means that the average was 12. And for Allan, his average was 11. It's like these slight differences, you know.
Yeah. Just edged him out 1 point.
Yeah. And then Alex's highest scoring set happened to be sets 9 and 10, which makes sense because they're later on and you can really rack up more points there. And he scored 15, where Allan's highest scoring set was 14. Again,
1 point again.
so close.
Yeah.
But we have to choose a winner, and you know.
The scorecards did bring this to unanimous decision, but in our hearts, it really was a very competitive match.
Yeah.
Both these guys put on a clinic tonight. It was an amazing battle. Including that Allan stepped in short notice for this battle when everything
He did.
pulled out.
He did, but we cannot and did not take that into factor with this scoring. We truly stuck to our scoring here, and that's what you see here. But who knows? The outcome could have been different if Allan was given more time to prepare.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. But then again, it could not, you know.
I would love to see this rematch next season.
Oh, yeah,
For
you
sure.
know.
I'd love to see this rematch.
Yeah. We can see what happens. Okay. That sums it up for this post-battle analysis. I want to thank both players for competing. This would not have been possible without either one of them giving their fullest to this drum battle. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And thank you very much to everybody watching. And we really appreciate the support. And that concludes this event tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
SPL is transforming drum battles into a sport, with your favorite drummers competing for championship gold. Watch the highest level of chops, groove and stick tricks ascend into elite competition. Subscribe now or miss out on music and sports history in the making.
Hello and welcome to SPL2. My name is Tolkien Brewer,
My name is Tyler Dean.
and we will be the commentators of this battle. We'd also like to introduce the judge of this battle.
Hi guys, I'm Allan, I'm a member of the SPL team and I am joining you from, believe it or not, an incredibly hot and sunny northwest of England for this event. I am honoured and privileged to have been chosen to be the judge for this event, SPL2, and I cannot wait to see what both contestants do with their sets.
If you want to take a look at the rules, we'll have them in the description and we'll also have a link right up above here. We'd like to introduce the competitors of this drum battle here today.
So, facing off, we have Tony Dean from the United States, and he will be facing against Narcizo Farias from Brazil. We will discuss more in detail during the next segment of this video.
So regarding the first player's stats, we're going to go over Narcizo Farias. So he's 37 years old. He has 25 years of experience. He plays primarily rock, and he has a mixed grip.
In this contrast to Tony Dean, who is 17 years old and he only has 4 years of experience. We'll see if that shows in the drum battle. Now, he plays various genres, he's fluent in that, and he also, just like Narcizo Farias, has a mixed grip. They both are making their Sportdrum debut with a record of 0-0. Now, I have a question to propose to you, Toke. Who do you think is going to win this drum battle and why?
I mean, overall, based on Narciso's experience, I think he has the upper hand in this battle.
I see your reasoning, but I would argue that the underdog, Tony D, has a pretty good shot. I mean, he seems to have a diverse style, and we'll see if Narciso can overcome that. But, of course, the only way we're going to know for sure is by staying tuned and finding out.
Você está muito longe de casa. Aqui é o Brasil! Brasil!
Hello and welcome back. This was an amazing drum battle, and I'd like to give a big thanks to the two participants, Narcizo Farias and Tony Dean. Now, Token, what was your favorite part of the drum battle?
I think Narciso had clean and consistent grooves, kind of sticking to a more traditional style, which sounded really nice, but I think Tony, he tried a lot more creative ideas like blindfolding in set 6 and also using steel pans to create unique sounds.
And the steel tongue drum he used in set 3 was really unique. I agree. I would like to point out a very technical detail that some may have missed. Tony Dean did push-pull in one of his jazz sets, an advanced technique that not many drummers may know about, but all the less, he executed it very well. Now, for Tony Dean, what was your favorite part of his drum battle?
I definitely think the blindfolding on set 6 was pretty interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, and then for Narciso Farias, an advanced technique he did was he actually played in 6/8 time signature in one of his sets. That's not easy to do. These were our initial thoughts, but now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for.
And the winner of SPL2 is... Tony Dean. Congratulations to Tony Dean.
We'll now take you to our judge, Allan, who will provide insight on why he scored things the way he did.
The results are in, and it has been such a close competition. Both of these drummers have put on an amazing performance with 4 sets apiece. Sets 4 and 8 were both tied on points. And given that the sets have basically come out as a draw, we have to choose a drummer who goes through to the next round. And with just 8 points difference, that drummer is Tony Dean. Both of these guys, Narciso Farias and Tony Dean, have both done an incredible job with their sets, with amazing performances. But Tony Dean has just clinched it by 8 points. Tony did a great job of capitalizing on those early sets, and he had some amazing creativity and stick tricks throughout his whole performance. Narciso Farias stormed with his later sets, putting on an absolute clinic in set 10. Narciso's performance is tight, and he's got some amazing chops and feel, but Tony Dean just managed to capitalize on scoring across the whole of the judging criteria. Both of these drummers are going to be coming away with some badges, but I'll pass you back to the commentary team to tell you more about that.
Hello and welcome to the post-battle. We will be taking a look at the players' stats. So first off, Narciso and Tony both won 4 sets, and they both got a tie between 2 sets. Tony had the winning score of 128 points, with Narciso trailing behind with 120 points.
Narciso Farias' highest scoring set was his last set, set 10, with a score of 20 points, the highest in the league so far. And Tony's highest scoring set was actually a tie between sets 8 and 9 with 16 points. And now for the average points, Narciso Farias had average points of 12, and Tony Dean had average points of 12.8, a little bit higher. Due to how close these points in this battle were to each other and how the sets were tied, we may decide to, in the future, overturn this decision. Now, we're not going to change the winner, but we will be awarding more badges to the players based on what they deserve and should get. Okay, this has been the post-battle analysis. Thank you very much for watching. If you appreciated our content and enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, and have a good night. We'll see you in the next one.
Hello, my name is Tolkien Brewer, and welcome to the Phenyx Pro Contest, which is a drum chops contest separate from the regular season. This contest is about a drummer's chops, for the uninitiated, a drummer's speed and technical ability. This contest will consist of 3 players: Tony Dean from the United States, the Mad Drummer Art from England, and Alex Powys from Australia. Now, let's get on with the contest. Phenyx Pro, of which the event is named for, is an amazing recording equipment company based in the United States. They provide audio solutions for a cheap and reasonable price, such as microphones and in-ear monitors. With your purchase on Phenyx Pro's website, you can use code SPL to check out, or use our referral link in the description, supporting SPL in the process while getting your hands on amazing audio solutions at an affordable price. This concludes the Phenyx Pro Contest. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to comment on who you think won. We'll collect your votes for 5 days and declare a winner based on your input. Also, stay tuned for the next main drum battle, SPL3, the next preliminary in a regular season. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sportdrumming. My name is Tyler Dean, and I'd like to introduce you all to the RIOT Energy Drum Solo Contest. This contest features 3 amazing drummers, and you guys will vote down in the comments section below for who you think had the best drum solo. Enjoy.
I'm Tony Dean, brother of Tyler Dean as seen in the contest, and this segment for Sportdrum, we're going to be showing off RIOT Energy. My favorite flavor is the citrus lime, but I also love the berry. This is an absolutely amazing energy drink brand, extremely healthy, no preservatives, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors. They really care about people's health and their customers, unlike most internet companies nowadays. You can find them at RIOT.energy and also at Amazon.com. This absolutely amazing brand from Venice Beach, California. I would really recommend them if you're interested in health products. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to vote for who you think won down in the comments section below, and we'll see you next time.